All right, and we are back for another reaction. And today we are continuing the Eminence in Shadow. Last episode, huge hype for us personally. Probably not for anyone else but me. Brittney Karbowski came in clutch. She is like my favorite voice actress ever. And I know that, like, wow, this dude's a huge weeb and shit like that. But dude, like, she has like the coolest voice. She has like the best inflection. She chooses whenever she comes out somewhere, she's like the favorite of that series. Um, whether it's in Begotta HK, in The World God Only Knows, she was canon in Soul Eater, Black Star, and like Infinite Stratos. She was Claudia, I believe her name was, and like all these places, dude. She always voices like the coolest characters, and I'm just so hyped because like I did like the pink haired girl's design. Um, I mean. I'm kind of a sucker for like the pink haired girls just because it's so like hyper stylized and they usually have the same like bubbly personality. With her, she was like a little more mellow. She didn't immediately like want to be his friend or fall in love with him or any of that stuff. She more so just kind of was like, oh, there's that guy. I don't know exact. It didn't show us exactly how the conversation went after they bumped into each other. It just did a time jump, and you know, they kind of didn't talk after that. Actually, last episode, the only time they exchanged words was when Sid passed her by and then gave her some chocolate. For what reason? I don't know. One of the things that I was wondering when they bumped into each other, just because the backdrop was so sparkly and pink, I was wondering if she fell in love with him or if he fell in love with her. And honestly, thinking about last episode, because we spent a good amount of time in her head and like being shown her circumstances with her father and all that kind of stuff, who seems to be dying or like sick or something like that. Um, I mean, I guess being sick is dying, sort of, in a way, but she didn't seem to think about him at all. When he gave her the chocolate, she didn't really take it as any kind of romantic advance. She didn't get like butterflies or anything like that. So, if I had to say right now, because of that backdrop, or I don't know if that was just like a director thing. Maybe that wasn't in the source material, and the director just kind of wanted to have some fun and just randomly threw that in there. But if that was there, if it did serve a purpose, probably since she doesn't really, think about him or care about him, it might be Sid who is developing some kind of feelings for her, which would be out of character for him actually. Just because he's like so damn crazy, like he's actually fucking crazy. Uh, nobody can convince me that Sid is not crazy. He's like he is deranged, bro. He has severe issues. But speaking of Sid, so before last episode, I was saying that like my interest in the show was kind of like waning. It was like going a little bit down just because the first two episodes were so hilarious, so over the top. I thought everything was gonna be like that, and it kind of after episode two just like flatlined. But last episode got me super interested again, just because I want to see what kind of relationship they have. Not like romantic relationship necessarily, but like what if they're going to be friends, if they're going to be enemies, if one of them's going to die, or like all that kind of stuff. Um, so it does add like a pretty interesting angle in that regard. But if someone was saying that this show is primarily Sid trying to fulfill his fantasies, um, and all the while in the background there's a plot that's gonna be sprinkled in. Just it's just gonna be building sort of out of sight, out of mind, so to speak. And we're mainly just here for Sid. And I've made it known that like I'm not a huge fan of Sid. Um, because he changes his personality all the time. To me, that translates to he has no personality. So there's no reason to care about him. He's someone different every single time. And so I don't care about Sid. He's not interesting to me at all. He's never in danger. He's never one person, and is you can't really get invested in something like that. So that's why I'm so hyped about like this girl voiced by Brittney Karbowski, just because she, even removing Brittney Karbowski, she's like the only interesting character or likable character in the series so far. Because like all the other characters are they're kind of shit if I'm being honest. Um, they don't have any depth. They don't really have any personality. They're like huge archetypes. They're huge tropes. Like what they're like hardcore sundares, or they're brainless harem girls, or shitty best friends. Like it's just I don't really care about anyone. And so when this girl came in so organically, so like quiet, and then you just see her interact and like come to her own conviction, that does get me interested. So I'm really curious to see what happens now, because the way last episode ended, I'm assuming she now knows that Sid, well, because her father told her, hey, that if that Sid guy gave you these chocolates, he's probably interested in you. And so I'm wondering if that's gonna throw in. c- She doesn't seem like a romantic sort of person, so maybe that's gonna like wind up a cog in her head. And so I'm curious to see how she's gonna behave with Sid afterwards. If she's gonna approach him and be like, "Hey, um, so I heard you like me," or something like that. And then I'm curious to see how Sid reacts to that, because he seems so like not interested in girls. He just kind of like is more all about himself, really. Um, which I know sounds weird because he has like an army of hot girls. So maybe he does care about girls actually. But without further ado, let's continue the Eminence and Shadow. All right, so this episode has like probably one of the most edgelord titles I've ever seen. It was like a fencing tournament of intrigue and blood. It's just like, dude, could you be any more edgelord? Oh, she's still looking at him. All right, I bet she's trying to figure out exactly what to
He
do.
must have meant it as a present for you, don't you think?
Yeah,
It's what we call
yeah.
love at first sight. I'm sure he's waiting for you
She's
to
like, so
respond
he's in
in
love
some
with
way.
me, but what is love? I've never been like all that kind of stuff. Probably is gonna come right now. Okay, you did. You did. You did not. You don't have to moan like that when you eat chocolate, or lick your finger like that either, dude. What the hell?
Sweet.
Look at Brittany. Okay, so I just finished watching the intro again, and I paid a little more close attention because I was honestly the intro like just seems like random shit put in there.
Hey, Neil.
But at the very end, when Sid is like
Hello,
flicking
sir.
through the television,
You're going to school here?
No, I
it,
borrowed
it kind
these
of bummed
clothes.
me out because it
I'll
showed
attract less attention in a
the
uniform.
pink-haired girl,
Makes sense.
Brittany's character. It showed her crying, and then it flipped to the next
I brought
channel,
them in
and then
and
it showed
wrongfully
another girl
apprehended
crying,
last
and flipped
night.
to the next channel.
Just as he had
So
expected,
it kind of has me
brainwashing
thinking
destroyed
we're
his
only gonna
mind.
see her for like maybe a few
It's a
episodes, and
common
then her
trait of the
story's gonna
cult of
conclude,
Diablos,
and we're never gonna see
of
her
the
again, and it's
vanguard
gonna
that
move
they
on to
call
the
the
next
third
girl
children.
that was on the television.
Unfortunately, no matter what I tried to do,
Which I hope it
it was
doesn't do that,
impossible to get
man.
any more information.
Oh, yeah.
It's been doing this for a great many years.
Ah, okay, so
I
those
suspect
are
the
the
cult's
people
goal
impersonating
is to use the name
Shadow Garden.
Shadow Garden to lure us out of our
The
hiding
yeah,
place.
okay, yeah. All right, well, she said it.
I so don't need this right now.
No need for
I'm
me to
simply
piece
not
anything
gonna do
together.
it.
Apparently
I
they're gonna
understand,
just
my
tell
lord.
us straight up.
However, I feel I should also inform you that we
What
just
the
found a named first child in the
Okay.
royal capital. He's named Rex, the game of betrayal.
Named?
Yes. A first child is someone who has
Name?
maintained his sense of self.
What's a name?
And if they're deploying named children to the royal capital, it's clear they have some other purpose in mind.
Wait,
Yes,
what?
of course.
Okay,
If I'm considering the fundamental
so
objective,
name with a capital N?
I may not be the one who set the
Like a
stage,
proper
but
noun
there
or
are ways
something?
for me to deal with this.
Why?
Lord Shadow?
The
What is a
perfect
named
opportunity.
person?
Nevertheless, it will require some thinking. See you later,
Be
Nil.
gone until the next time I need some info.
24 at the moment.
Information
I'll want
conveniently
at least twice that.
dumped.
In every single circumstance, he always leads us straight to the best solution. No, he's had the answer from the start. The wisdom of the shadows.
Okay, we don't know who you are, so these words carry like no weight. You're just like a random character glazing.
Life at school. The life I would be living if...
Oh, okay, so now we're...
I knew Claire could do it!
I can see why Princess Iris has her
Who's
eye on
Claire
her.
Kagano?
How do you think she'll do against Student Council President Rose?
If only Princess Alexia weren't injured.
Step up! If you're not willing to risk it,
So that's what I was gonna say. I was when I was watching the intro again in this episode, I just barely realized that Alexia looks exactly like the black-haired girl that we saw in episode 1. And so I'm assuming she's that version of the black-haired girl in this world. The hair is like everything's the same. It's just dyed a different color. Oh my god. This dude's blind. Look how thick those glasses are.
What? He's actually gonna go through with it?
That's a little harsh, Stell.
President Rose, you can do it!
Who is that guy?
It's Oriana versus Sid.
Oh, what was that first shot with the
Ready? Begin.
Did he tie himself up or something? What the hell? Oh, nice. Very cool. Damn, not wasting a freaking moment. I'm wondering if he's gonna throw the match or if he's gonna actually. Yeah. No, yeah, of course.
Perfection. The
He threw the
background
fucking
character's
match.
secret technique. Spinning drill fall. Bloody tornado. An unsightly defeat in the first round at the hands of an indisputable champion. I'm truly the perfect side character.
Oh god. That fucking sound effect.
Rose, Oriana.
Oh my god, you killed him.
Let it be over yet.
Oh, did he change his mind? About being a background character?
Rough. There is still a fire burning in his eyes.
Thank you sincerely, Miss Oriana. Now let's keep going. I still have 47 background
Do me a
character
kindness.
techniques to show off.
I don't usually watch sword fights or that kind of thing, but the way you kept standing back up.
Yeah,
I
you
think it was just
you kind of
totally
got your ass
incredible.
handed to you.
You think? This girl has a strange way of seeing things, but I guess some people are like that.
So I am.
Isn't that what they say is kettle calling the pot black?
What
You're
is it?
fucking crazy,
I
Sid.
baked you some
You're like
cookies
actually
as a
fucking
thank you.
crazy.
Thank you. For what? Maybe she's thanking me for showing her those sweet background character moves. Thanks.
Wait, did he? Oh,
So if it's all right with you and all, I would like for us to be. I would like for us to be friends.
Friends.
oh,
I mean,
thank
I
you.
don't really see a problem with that. Okay.
Just friends. Cool. Thank you, Brittany. That's what I was hoping would happen.
I did it! I can't believe it happened! I'm so happy!
My
We're
first
friends now,
friend.
Father!
What?
Lutheran Barnett, assistant principal of the Academy of Science.
Oh, I thought she was a magic.
A master
He's
swordsman,
actually the.
accomplished in both martial and
I guess. I
scholastic
mean,
arts,
she's like
who
a
was once
teenage
even
girl,
champion at the
so
Bushin
he's
Festival.
probably a
He's on
protective
list of
father.
people I should never interact with if I want to
She
remain
told
as
him
obscure as
she was gonna go
possible.
meet a guy, so of
if
course
this
he was
girl's
like,
called her father, she must be
I'll go with
Sherry
you.
Barnett.
That wouldn't be weird, or would it?
My God, why is it hella sexualizing her eating chocolate like this? Oh, has she been? Is she an even bigger background character than he is? Oh, has she actually been there the entire time? And she
Yeah,
saw like
that's
Sid and
tasty.
Alexa?
Black is the only way to drink coffee.
That would be like such
The
a
way
trip.
the sweet tooth begs
Because we
for
know
gallons
Sid's
of
trying to
milk and
play a
tons of
background
sugar, it's
character, and
blasphemy,
it
I
would be
tell
so
you.
freaking hilarious if she was an even better background character than he is. I'm sure that would like piss him off.
Who is it?
I'm a second-year
Whoa.
student at the Academy of Science,
That
Sherry
was-
Barnett.
Of course.
was-
How can I help you?
I'm
That was
sorry
actually
to
really
drop
funny.
in like this.
So yeah, she's
Uh-huh.
15. Judging by what she just told us, she's a second year.
Would you like to come in?
I hope it does that.
Please,
Every,
have
yeah.
some coffee. It's quite trendy
I was
these
gonna say,
days.
I
If
hope it
it's
does
too
that
bitter
every
for
time
you,
she
I do
comes
have
out.
sugar and milk.
Oh, thank you very much.
Like that's just like her sound effects. All right, how's she gonna interact with the crazy ass Alexa? You want some coffee with that sugar?
It's so sweet. I love it.
That's the way you like to drink
Yeah,
it?
you just
Sorry?
Oh,
Dur-
nothing.
you just are like hell.
Thank you, Princess Alexia.
Uh-huh.
Oh
What I
shit,
wanted to
that's right
ask
because
you-
they're fake
well,
dating.
I heard that you were. I was just wondering if maybe you were romantically
I-
involved with anyone.
I mean, they were
What?
fake dating, right?
I'm sorry.
And
it's
they
just
never
that I
fake
heard
broke
you were
up
in a
or anything.
Relationship with Sid Cogno, and so I was
Yeah,
wondering
yeah,
if
okay.
perhaps you two were still seeing each
I
other.
so forgot
or
that.
Whatever.
We broke up. Yes,
Dude,
we have
her
broken up.
Ahego just like
As a matter
got
of
hella
fact, we
sad
weren't even
too.
really dating to begin with. We were just pretending to be a couple for reasons I won't bore you.
Really? I mean that is such a relief. Actually, you see, I happened to become friends with Sid just the other day.
Oh, really?
Yes, and so I got to be very curious.
Yes, so wonderful. I'm so happy to help.
You did. Thank you so much for
That was
talking
cool.
with me, and thank you for the delicious coffee.
Dude, I'm telling you, Brittney, brilliant voice actress, dude. Such a cool voice. Like that raspiness about her. The thing that I'm actually really appreciating about these past 3 episodes is it has been directed so much better than the episodes before this. Because the episodes before this, time was just like randomly jumping everywhere. But here, there's like a clear like time frame, pacing. I'm not getting lost. I'm keeping up with everything. Whereas before, it was just like, oh, like Alexa's in trouble. Oh, she's safe now. What? Hold on. She is actually still in trouble. And it's just like, it was all over the place, and it was just like really infuriating, honestly. But this one
The
is
road
keeping
to
a steady
freedom is
pace.
going to be a rather long one.
Time, you can actually get a sense of the time passing, and I really appreciate
It's
that. Like, thank you
closed?
for calming
Why are
down on the
gates
random
closed?
jumps.
Class is still going on, isn't it?
So a spell that
Miss President,
dilutes
my
the magic of other people, but
So you
oh,
figured
never
it
mind. It's
out,
not a spell.
but it's too late.
It's literally someone intentionally
Without
targeting
magic, you
people
can't
to
play the sword of
suppress.
Dark Knight. Or didn't they teach you that? Stop it now!
I like how they slow-mo this like we're afraid at all. Ain't no fucking way Sid's gonna die. Shut the fuck up. Yes, more actually. Can we get more of that?
No. No.
It's so fucking dumb. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Shut the Alright, that was the Eminence in Shadow, and thank goodness, dude. The comedy is back. Not only is the comedy back, but the pacing is just so much better than before. I mentioned it in the episode. Like after episode 2, the pacing, the directing was just so bad. It was like all over the place. It was like I couldn't get a sense of time because it would just randomly like jump like, oh, this person is trapped. Actually, they're safe. Actually, they're still trapped. And it's just like it was just like all wonky and it was really annoying. But thankfully, these past three episodes, you can actually get a sense of the time that's passing. Everything is paced really well, thankfully, so I'm able to keep up. I'm not wondering, wait, what just happened? Is this next week? Was this next month? Like, dude, oh man, those those earlier episodes were like a freaking mess. But thankfully, the comedy is back. Not only is the comedy back, Brittney Karbowski's character is legit the best character in this fucking series, dude. Everything from the sound effect from her ahego to like how she wants to ask for permission to be a friend to someone. Like, I'm so glad she didn't fall in love with Sid. Um, she so far just wants to be his friend because she's never had a friend. And she just seems like so excited to finally have a friend. Uh, it just sucks that it's someone as crazy as Sid, but I still don't know who the Sparkles, whenever they talk to each other, belong to. Uh, I was under the impression that it was Sid because like the girl didn't think about him at all after that moment when they first bumped into each other. But Sid kind of didn't really know who she was, which is surprising because I thought because he recognized her after they bumped into each other, that's why he gave her the chocolates. And I'm a little stunned to find out that he doesn't remember giving her chocolates. And if he doesn't remember giving her chocolates, then he doesn't remember bumping into her. And I would I would I would expect someone as meticulous to someone like a slave to appearance like Sid. He would pay attention to like literally everything that's going on around him. Um but yeah, so I'm a little confused as to what's going on there. But yeah, so it looks like there is an invasion on the Dark Knight Academy. There's someone who can suppress magic. We don't know if it suppresses everyone's magic or if it just targets them. We saw a big eye um, for like a couple of frames when someone's magic was being suppressed. And so it might be like a sniper situation where he has to see or she has to see the person and then they can suppress it. So maybe that's why, because Sid was like, oh, my magic's being suppressed. Does no one else notice this? Probably because their magic wasn't being suppressed. We saw the uh the blonde-haired girl, her magic started up and then it just got shut down. So I'm assuming it's a sniper situation where the person has to see the the target to suppress their magic. We'll find out next episode. I'm wondering if we're gonna see Brittney Karbowski fight. We don't know if she has any kind of offense. We know she has a super hilarious and such a wholesome personality, bro. Like I'm telling you, Brittany knows what characters she's signing up for, man. She doesn't miss. She's always the best characters, dude. Oh man. But so excited. I was a little worried because of comments about like well if you don't care about Sid then you're probably gonna hate the series. And I still don't care about Sid, but I feel like the comedy's back. Brittany is there, and she's like so goaded, and it's like, oh man, I'm really excited to check out next episode. I'm wondering if we're gonna. I'm hoping we see her fight, and I'm hoping she stays friends with Sid and does not fall in love with Sid. I would actually love it if Sid fell in love with her but she just wants to be friends with him. That would be so freaking cool, man. Especially for a shonen to do that. Like, oh my lord. But yeah, that'll do it for this episode of The Eminence in Shadow. Please like and subscribe for more reactions. I react to other anime series, movies, shows that I'm watching. If that's not your thing, I stream regularly on Twitch at 8:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So if you need some background noise while I do chores, homework, all that kind of stuff, I'm very good at talking to myself. But if this is all you see me, my name's Adam. Thanks for checking out Jupiter Machine. And as always, steal credit cards, hurt your loved ones, plant some flowers. Until next time, everybody. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.